What's up, guys? Welcome back to Xbox Reforged, and it's that time again where we are at the beginning of a new year, 2025, and we're going to talk about top 5 games or so that we're excited about coming to Xbox. Some of these sooner and some of them later in the year, and one title on here is definitely a bit questionable, but I still wanted to put it on there, and we'll mention some others as well as we go through it. But anyways, let's get into it and talk about our top 5 games that we're looking forward to from Xbox for 2025. Our first game is Avowed, and this is due out February 18th here in 2025, the next big Xbox game to launch. And this title is one that I was not necessarily that excited about when I saw the second real trailer of the game. Remember, the first trailer was like really realistic looking, and then we had this very colorful, different looking kind of gameplay trailer after that, and it put a lot of doubt in my mind about the game. But in the past few months, there's been a lot of positive reaction to the game. People have previewed it, all that kind of stuff. And while my hype is tempered, of course, I am really excited for Avowed, and it does look like Obsidian might have done something great here for another really good single player experience from Xbox, something that they've actually been doing much better at the past year or so. So hopefully they keep it up here with Avowed, one of our top games that we're looking forward to here, coming up very shortly for 2025. The second game I'd mentioned for 2025 coming from Xbox is Doom: The Dark Ages. Now, I've been a big fan of Doom all of my life. I've played most of them, from the PC version to Doom 64 and so on. And Doom 2016 and the last Doom game were really good, but something just looks particularly good about Doom: The Dark Ages. From the time frame that we're looking at, from being able to fly, it looks like getting mechs, from the weapons, the shield, everything looks like it flows so well in this game and looks fantastic. So as far as being a Doom fan, or even if you're just an FPS fan, this game looks awesome, and I really hope this doesn't get delayed and we actually get Doom: The Dark Ages in 2025. Now, our third game on the list would be South of Midnight. Now, I don't think we have an exact release date on this one either, but this is a unique looking third-person action-adventure type game set kind of in the deep south. So, I mean, I lived in Louisiana before, in Texas and Florida and all that, and this definitely gives me that Louisiana vibe that I was used to when I was down there. And a lot of people haven't been too keen on the art style of this game, but I actually really like it. I think it goes well with that kind of bayou style, or whatever you want to call it here. But yeah, it looks really interesting, but we'll have to see how it is when it really comes out. I was kind of interested in Flintlock too before it came out, and it turned out not to be all that great. So South of Midnight, we'll have to see what happens, but definitely worthy here on the list for us as one of the top games we're looking at, looking forward to here in 2025. Now, the fourth game on our list is going to be Fable. This is supposedly still set for a holiday release in 2025, and for me, I really hope so. We've been waiting for the Fable game forever. I believe this game was first debuted or showed about 4 years ago. It's been delayed a few times, but Playground Games has a good reputation, and I really think this is going to turn out to be a great game. And I've even heard some talk about how you might be able to do a full-on character creation, and you might just not be stuck with the one character and things like that. And graphically, of course, the game looks really impressive and not surprising when it comes to Playground. But it's been like 15 years since Fable 3. Everybody's been waiting a long time. This game really needs to hit and land well, and I think it will. I think they've really been putting in the time, but we don't know a lot about it. So hopefully this year, especially come the summertime when we get all the events, we'll learn a lot more about Fable and see it really come out this holiday 2025. Okay, so the fifth game on the list for 2025 that we would be most anticipating, really wanting to play from Xbox, is also the most questionable one on the list as to whether or not it will really be 2025, and my gut keeps telling me this is a 2026 release. But that's Gears of War E-Day, the coalition here making this game, and it looked great just from the trailer we saw as far as the vibe and where it's heading there, and being that prequel time and the younger characters there. It was really great to see. I know as a longtime Gears fan, that trailer really kind of hit home for me. Definitely hit some emotions that I've been wanting from Gears. Wasn't the hugest fan of Gears 4 and 5, though I did play through them, but compared to my playthrough of 1, 2, and 3, and even Judgment, they just didn't hit me the same. So I have a lot of hope for Gears of War E-Day that it's really going to take us back to the core of what really makes Gears of War so fun to play, both story and over in the multiplayer. So we'll see what they come up with here, and I really hope this does wind up being a 2025 release, because Gears of War would be a huge one. My big concern here for all these games, though, is Microsoft already is kind of showing that they're willing to make space for bigger titles. And if we do wind up getting, Fable and Gears, and we haven't had the announcement of the next Call of Duty yet, Forza should be announced at some point. All these different games, will they have to push things out anyways just to make room? Because honestly, Xbox is getting to a point where they could have a lot of games coming out each year, and they might want to space them out a bit, as they kind of shown that when it came to pushing Avowed back and all that. But we'll have to see what happens with this. But that would be our list of 5 games that we would be most anticipating coming from Xbox this year. Now again, this can change at any time. Games can get delayed, changed, all that. We could get some announcements that make some games, maybe some franchises that would be exciting, that would change our list. But for right now, just looking at it, time of making this video, January 5th, 2025, these are probably the 5 games that we are most interested in seeing here. Now, there's plenty of other games coming out, though, and I'm sure many more to be announced. You know, something like Immortals 33 is another one I'm excited about checking out this year. It had a delay as well. Outer Worlds 2 from Obsidian, I believe, as well, also looking to be really good, a bit more ambitious, listening to the community, being a bit of a bigger game. That's another big one. Call of Duty has yet to be announced what its yearly iteration will be, but that's coming from Xbox now, and this gives them more time since the acquisition to be part of those games, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, there can be numerous other great titles that come out, and things can certainly change, but this is just a look at things how they are right now starting off the year. I do think it's a really exciting year for Xbox, even with some of the changes to kind of how the ecosystem is working and people's different feelings about how long consoles will last and putting games everywhere and all that kind of stuff. Xbox is really kind of going through a transformation of its identity and its fans and that kind of thing. But for the most part, I like a lot of the things that Xbox is doing, and I personally like being able to play my Xbox games in as many places as I possibly can. I don't like being tied to like one single box under the TV. It doesn't work for me that great anymore, so I like a lot of that. But I think it's an exciting year for Xbox here in 2025, but especially more importantly in the games area. I think we're going to see a lot of great titles, and rolling on into 2026, I think that'll continue. But anyways, guys, let us know what you think in the comments down below. As always, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.